You have been here know that I'm mainly doing poems about things that have to do with current events and the political problems that we have in this country.
Just make sure it's from a balanced point of view.
Of course it will be. Of course. With a balance on the edge, yes. The 4th of July we just had, and of course all of the fireworks and everything just pissed me off so bad last night I couldn't write anything. So this morning I began with the 4th of July, no escaping the date's effect. Like many in America, the day makes me reflect on the meaning of the date, remembered as solemn, a decision, bold and courageous, yes, made by men, who though imperfect wished to chart a better way, rejecting tyranny they couldn't delay. They were called enlightened, maybe progressive then. Okay, we have to forgive them all being men. They voted for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Our current situation could engender hopelessness. I hardly wanted to watch any rocket's red glare or loud, scary explosions in our unprotected air. So this MAGA fake, foolish celebration put me into a mood of contemplation. We've just been subjected to a wave of stupidity. Trumpers celebrating the 4th by embracing mendacity. Reducing like the big bad bills diminishing Medicaid. Like the big bad bills diminishing Medicaid. Reducing the funds, thus to raid the money intended to care, thus waylaid, like a robber at a highway crossroads. For his own gain, into your money makes inroads. Tax breaks for the rich, while health care for the poor is ripped off, leaving many without comfort or cure. Americans used to be able to at least rely on a government that didn't want citizens to die, on a leader who doesn't turn the promise of liberty into a perverse and disgusting mockery. The most recent new Trump conceived travesty is a concentration camp which Florida disgracefully gloats at the name Alligator Alcatraz. To Trump, those words give it a kind of pizzazz and let him strut around like a Bond villain. Yeah, play that YMCA song. Yeah, that's chillin'. Puts a chill through any decent American spine. Even for the days of Ronald Reagan, we might pine. At least the great communicator didn't exalt building prisons where death's the intended result. If this kind of Nazi-inspired construction is replicated in reality by Trump's devilish concoction, maybe thousands will die out of sight of the law. Well, Medicaid destructions, numbers plain and raw, say 25,000 extra deaths per year are expected, estimated. At least they won't be eaten by allocators, thus faded. In other words, they'll die from disease, but not be eaten. Oh well, small consolation per Trump's infatuation. Since Trump is the one that brought up concentration camps, I'll briefly mention the character in one of my plays was a Holocaust victim who went in the Sonder Commando at Offshoots. He also studied to be a rabbi, a rabbinical student. And his thoughts only remain because a survivor remembered him, and I espoused him in my play. And he noted, and this was a Jewish philosopher, a man trying to make the best of being in the slavish condition. Not quite as bad as the concentration camps we have now, but we have to worry. And he did say, however, with his depth of wisdom, that he noticed that we could at least count on the fact that, in general, evil is so bad that those who espouse evil often turn against each other. And I noted that Trump and Musk, last time I was here, were having a feud.
Good.
And they were possibly turning on each other. That's something to think about, that maybe there might be a power in the universe that, even though evil exists, turns it against itself. So it is sometimes that thinkers with a silver lining look for the best side, who reject our country's failure must be written in fate's book. Say that America has gone through dire times before. Still, it's nothing like the book, 1984. And I thought I wouldn't have to bring that up anymore. We have to think about it and react. Examples are around, and they're almost exact. Some people, even with a record basically clear, are abducted on the street and made to disappear. When we have to worry our every word against Big Brother is to be used for an atrocity, and then for another, it does seem like we're boxed in with no way out. But the fascist victory is still greatly in doubt. The courts might hold up. Let's hope the extreme will check Trump. At least we can dream. And ultimately, the will of the people to protest will prove to be fascism's ultimate test. The union the founders knew was an imperfect one. In the 1880s, it was only salvaged at point of the gun. In the 1940s, probably, it was just held by a wire. We cannot think that we're faced with anything more dire. So buck up, resist, and with your heart and soul, and above all, survive to help the greater goal. That's the poem I wrote today. No, don't all applaud at once.
Okay.
I'd like to, if I have time, to do a repeat of a couple of my greatest hits here, and also related to that, a few more stanzas of this parody song that I wrote today. So the song is a nursery rhyme song, which sometimes we can use for inspiration. It's a parody of, you probably have all heard it. It's This Old Man. This old man, he played knick-knack on my thumb, with a knick-knack, paddywhack, with the dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. And I've taken a little bit of liberty with some of the rhyming convention. And so, from last month or the month before, I sang this here. This old man, he don't care. He never was one to be fair. With a knick-knack, paddywhack, give the poor a slap. To cut your benefits, he will dare. Kind of prophetic now. This old man, he's not nice. He kidnaps people using ice. With a big bad whip, he will break the law. This fascist toad must stick in your craw. This old man, ain't he grand? He rules this land with a tiny hand. With a Nazi drum beat, I don't care a fig. This old man keeps acting big.